Hey everybody, it's Haley. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to etch glass. I've got this empty pickle jar that I cleaned out. Use acetone, pure acetone to clean the glass, and it had the Best Buy label on it, and I used the pure acetone to clean that off just so it's completely clear. And I've already cut out my stencil that I'm going to be using, which I'm going to be using this glass for my paintbrushes. And this is just 631, Oracal 631 vinyl, which is like a temporary vinyl. It's good for this stuff. I have masking tape, painter's tape, whichever one, the Armor Etch cream, some gloves, and I have a paintbrush laying around here somewhere, just a little foam paintbrush that I use. And let's get to it. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna put on my gloves. You should use gloves when using the Armor Etch. It can irritate your skin or eyes or anything like that. And then I'm going to put down this little rag just to kind of hold my glass in place, keep it kind of from rolling around just a little bit. Hope you guys can see that. Okay, and now I have my stencil. I already put the transfer tape on it. Just going to peel it off of the backing for the 651. And now what I'm going to do is just kind of eyeball it, try to get it center on your surface, which is kind of tricky. I'm gonna say right about there. And then I'm just going to kind of press it on there, and then I'm going to use my squeegee. Take these gloves off until I need them. Okay, now I'm gonna use the squeegee to just kind of push my stencil down on there. You want to make sure that you press it very good, get a good seal, because you don't want the Armor Etch cream to bleed under any of it, otherwise you'll have little spots. Make sure you press that on there really good. Try to get in all these little small spots so they stick on very good. Okay, then I'm going to peel my transfer tape off. And when you're peeling it off, you want to make sure that your vinyl or your stencil is sticking to it. And you kind of want to peel the transfer tape off at like a 45-degree angle, just like this. So that way you can make sure, oh, I see I have a little piece of vinyl sticking up right there. So I'm just gonna lay it back down, lay the transfer tape back down, and just kind of squeegee that piece a little more to get it to stick. I normally use Oracal 651, which is a more permanent vinyl. It kind of sticks just a little bit better and gives you a better seal. But I decided to go with the 651 scraps that I had just for this project today. Or the 631 scraps that I had. And just kind of peel it off slowly, making sure that all of your vinyl is sticking down and nothing's peeling up with the transfer tape. And that's that. And then I just kind of go through and just press it all down again, make sure that you've got a good seal on it. It's pressed down all the way. All right, that's good enough. And now what we're going to, let me try to move this just a little bit closer so you can see. There we go. Now I'm going to tape off, use the masking tape or painter's tape, to tape off the edges so that way you don't have any of the armor edge bleed onto the pieces of glass that you don't want etched. I'm just gonna do it right there, just like that. And right there. And then the little small pieces on the side. Just like that. Press that down really good. Okay, now for the etching part. Put my gloves back on. Okay, I'm just going to get a little bit of the etching cream out, and you want to kind of put it on there a little bit heavy. You want to make it thick on there so that way it etches really nice. You just kind of move it around. Get a little bit more. This kind of takes etching with the etching cream, kind of uses a lot of it. But you can reuse it. Once you get all that you need on there, let it sit for a while. You can kind of just pick it up off of it with the brush and put it back in the bottle. And you can see that I'm getting a lot on the brush and just laying it down on there. You want it to be thick. Just gonna pounce some of this extra on there, got some down the side. I'm just gonna get a little bit more and just kind of thicken it up, just set it on top of it. Then with etching, the etching cream, kind of want to make sure that you're moving it around a little bit because like it kind of like scratches the glass. So you really want those crystals and everything to really get into the glass. And I know the bottle says to only leave it on for a couple of minutes. But I normally leave mine on for like 10 to 15 minutes. And I'll move it around, come back in a couple of minutes and just kind of move it around again and let it sit for a few more minutes and then move it around again. I'm just trying to really press it down in there and get all those crystals down in there. Swirl it around. Just kind of go in all different ways with it. Swirl it, kind of brush it to where it's really getting down in there. Just gonna put a little bit more on there, just kind of set it on there since I kind of rubbed a lot of it away. Which I haven't really been using the armor etch anymore. I actually bought an air eraser from Harbor Freight, which uses compressed air and like a abrasive compound that I find is a lot better. But if you don't have an air compressor or want to go by that, the Armor Etch works just fine. Okay, I'm gonna let that set for a couple of minutes, probably about 5 minutes. Then I'll come back and kind of move the cream around again. Okay, now we've let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and we're just going to move the cream around a little bit. Sorry, I have a helper in here. We're going to move the cream around just a little bit. Just kind of spread it out, get the crystals moving again. Kind of pounce it on there again. Move all the cream around. Swirl it, move it all different directions. Just like that. And then I'm gonna let it sit for about another 5 minutes, and then I'll go rinse it off and see how it looks.
What was that?
Just like that. Just kind of wipe all that cream back on there. You can use I've seen people use like little wooden sticks, or like little popsicle sticks to kind of move it around. I normally just use the foam brush. And let that sit for about 5 more minutes. Okay, so I've let that sit for about another 5 minutes. I'm just going to swirl it around one more time, and then I will rinse it off and take off all the tape and the stencil and vinyl and see how it looks. And it looks like one of my pieces was peeling up right there. So you want to make sure, be careful when you're brushing over it, that you're not also peeling up a little piece of your vinyl, which it might have bled a little bit right there, but it's okay. Okay, now I'll go rinse it off under cold water. And what I do whenever I rinse it off is just, first of all, take off all the tape and everything. Or no, don't take off the tape yet. You're just going to rinse off all of the etching cream, and then you kind of run your fingers over it just to get the etching cream off underneath the water. Okay, so I just rinsed off all of the etching cream. Now I'm going to take off the tape and the vinyl and see how it did. And it looks like it got a really good edge. Not sure if you can see that. And it looks like right where the U was, where the vinyl started to kind of peel up, it's just a little tiny bit of bleeding, but not really even that noticeable. You can kind of see right here where the U is, that it just kind of bled a little tiny bit, but it's not really even noticeable. I'm going to take my little weeding tool and just kind of scrape up this vinyl and pick it up. This one is stuck down really good, which is a good thing. Okay, now you can see the etching, and it turned out pretty good. I'm just going to take the pure acetone and just a paper towel and kind of clean it up, clean up all the adhesive from the vinyl and tape. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of acetone on there. Kind of rub it down. Just polish it up a little bit. And there you go, your etched glass. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please share if you found it helpful. If you have any inputs that you would like to see or need help with on a tutorial, please let me know and I will try to get that done for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.